We'll go on record. There's nothing really that I have to do before I start this stream. Do you have a preference? Do you have a favorite Magic the Gathering set? Do you have Do you know what Magic the Gathering even is? I've got a very poorly lit box of booster packs. I've got some Innistrad Midnight Hunts. I got some Crimson Vows. I got a bunch of Crimson Vows actually. Got a bunch of Kamigawas. These are all draft boosters, I think. Got some Magic the Gathering. It's probably not one I have. Ooh, fancy. I got a Strixhaven, School Mages. I got a Kaldheim, I think. This is a set booster. Oh, it's a draft. Where's the set booster gone? I swear, did I open it already? Oh, did I have two and I opened them? Strictly an unhinged kind of guy. Well, I do have unsanctioned right next to me, but I have already opened that. You don't actually play, but you're in love with that line. Yeah, I bought the unsanctioned pack a while back. It's always a set of cards, so it's not really interesting to open on stream because you know what you're gonna get. It's interesting to open on stream because they're crazy cards. The unhinged series. There's 3 series, right? The unhinged, unsanctioned, and unbound. The only game of Magic you played was under the agreement that you could cheat if it was done in an entertaining way. That's nice. I appreciate people who are down for crazy stuff. The last game of Magic I did was a draft. I don't know how I won, but I did win. So I'm going to open my last Innistrad Midnight Hunt draft booster. There's a bunch of Innistrad collector boosters at the shop I get these from, but I've already opened like 20 of those, and I don't see the need of needing any more of those in shiny. It's not a set that I actually enjoy. I prefer the Crimson Vow stuff because there's more vampires. Werewolves aren't really my beat. You haven't played a TCG since the VS system got killed. I don't know what the VS system is. Is that the old Yu-Gi-Oh third-party dual link game thing? I remember doing that in like the 90s. It was a Yu-Gi-Oh program for Windows. It was strictly unofficial. Anyway, we got a Might of the Old Ways. I've got 100 of those already. Return to nature. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or exile target card from a graveyard. Ooh. Unruly Mob. Okay. Whenever a creature enters you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Unruly Mob. Ooh. I like it. Festival Crasher. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Festival Crasher gets +2/+0 to the end of the turn. Ooh, nice. Homestead. It was a UDE system. Oh, which had both Marvel and a DC line. Did it also have Soul Calibur and Tekken characters as well? They were balanced against each other so you could play, but the tournament formats was strictly one or the other brand. Damn. I think I remember something like that existing. There was a Soul Calibur X Marvel. They had a Hellboy line. Oh, wow. You wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. I think I actually have one card to hand that I could show you. I'm lying, of course. I don't know where I put it. They are there. I found them. They fell off a shelf the other day and I picked them up. Homestead Courage. Plus a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Gains vigilance to the end of the turn. Flashback. Ooh, flashback 1. You can just cast it twice. Shadow Beast Sighting. Create a 4/4 green beast creature token. Flashback 6. Damn, that's a bad flashback. Bat Whisperer. That's what we're down for. Bat Whisperer. It's a 4/2 though. When Bat Whisperer enters the battlefield, if opponent lost life this turn, create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying. Nice. Larder Zombie. Oh, that was ready. Harvesttide Centauri. Covenant. Beginning of combat in your turn. If you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, Harvesttide Centauri can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less this turn. Ooh. Shady Traveler. We've got one of those already. Has a metamorphosis though. It's a very cool little Stalking Predator. Ooh. Vivisection. I think I've already had one of those. Additional cost to this, yeah. Sacrifice creature. Blade Stitched Scab. Other zombies you control get +1/+0. Ooh. Death Bonnet Sprout. Beginning your upkeep, mill a card. There are 3 or more creature cards in graveyard. Transform Death Bonnet Sprout. And it transforms to Death Bonnet Hulk. Oh. If the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile a card from your graveyard. If creature card was exiled, plus a +1/+1 counter on death upon it. Damn. We got a Catilda, Dawnheart Prime, legendary creature, human warlock. Protection from werewolves. Hot damn. Human creatures you control have tap, add 1 mana of any of this creature's colors. 4 green, white, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. That's pretty strong. That's a pretty strong. It only costs 2. That is not a mythic rare. My camera's funky. It's a gold. It's just a regular rare. We got ourselves a land, a mountain with a black ink star. We got a human token. And nothing on the back. Oop. Rip. And a double-sided token. No mythic rare in that? Are you kidding me? Just a rare and a couple of uncommons. Disappointing. But the rare that we did get was pretty nice. Like, I'll take that. I'll take that any day. I don't run green. I don't run white, but very cool. So thank you again for the follow. Oh, whoa. Everybody stay calm. Everybody stay calm. Everybody stay calm. Oh my god. There's stuff falling over already. So I'm guessing you came here for game development, which is an interesting turn of events because I'm about to do some. And when I say I'm about to do some, I'm about to put a nail in a coffin, as it were. Let me just get all this stuff packed away. Update the Physicalo. Ooh dear, this pen is not happy. One of those TCG booster packs are the original loot crates. Yes! Yes they are. Except the microtransaction was required for play. Get that? Can you imagine that if you got a free game like Fortnite, but you couldn't play until you bought like a crate and got a skin that was actually a character that you could use? Oh my days, people would have a fit. People would that would go straight to court. Hot damn, how did they get away with it? Oh well, they did. Anyway, what were we working on? We were working on Pirate Pinball. We looked at the marketplace yesterday. I'm sure there aren't any more free assets from yesterday. So I've got this. You've always equated that with selling loot boxes to kids. Yeah, probably true. But then again, like, what's a kid gonna use his pocket money for? What's a kid gonna spend his pocket money? Is kid gotta pay rent? Kid gotta buy groceries? I don't think so. If kid has disposable income, Pokemon cards with the kid lottery. Yeah, pretty much. Speaking of which, I definitely didn't buy the new V Union pack. I can't stop. If they've got a giant Pokemon card in it, I can't stop. Because I want to derail the stream again, but I got this. It's giant. It's a folder for giant cards. It's not full. That you would have picked, yeah. See, and it's not even half full. It's not even. It's about a quarter full. Right. That's all the giant cards I've got, and there's no way I can stop until it's full. Right. I mean, look at that Vaporeon. It's so unbelievably shiny. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that's enough derailing. Usually you play with your kid cousins. It's literally the rule. Fair. You gotta catch them all. It's literally the rule. He's not wrong. God damn it. Anyway, I've spent the last 3 solid days basically putting together a portfolio of game design because I applied for a job apparently because I thought I was hot shit. I thought I could get a job doing level design on Unreal Engine 4 generalism, whatever that means. I think it's making blueprints and stuff. I think it's, making game systems out of blueprints, which is something I have done. It's something I can do. But it's a brilliant background for a pinball game. Oh, thank you. It's an asset that I stole from the free monthly assets. It's not mine. I didn't make it. It is a slightly in-depth material. I hate this pinball machine. It is the worst pinball machine anyone has ever made in the history of pinball machines. It just goes straight in the gutter. Anyway, I need to change this, and we have a camera. We have a camera controller, right? Can I open this as a blueprint? Edit call. Edit call. Edit call. But actually, I wanna have a look at this material. It's a material instance. Let's have a look at the material, because why not? It's a learning experience. Preparing shaders. Oh god. Ocean New Shading Master. Add MF fluid interaction here for fluid interaction tool implementation. Oh my. This really does go in depth. Oh my goodness. I have never opened this material in my entire life. This is the first time for me seeing it too. That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff for a material. This is probably extremely expensive, right? Platform stats. Please compile. Oh god, it's 100 shaders. It's got to prepare. We'll start at the start then. So we get a static ball true from warping. Ocean displacement. Like only water can be. Yeah. Why has it got to be? It's very fancy. I mean, in all fairness, it is actually extremely fancy as a shader. It's got a pixel depth offset for the waves, for the you know, for like the sea height. You see it, like the whole thing moves, but the plane doesn't move. As you can see, the outline of the plane is perfectly fine. But the water level bounces up and down. You get foam where the water is low. You get foam around things that interact with the water surface, and it's got this, you know, it's got this depth gradient as well. Like the deeper the seawater is, like the more deep the color is, the more solid the water becomes, which is pretty nice. I like how we don't have a preview here. It's like there's something. Really liking the LOD on zoom outs. I don't know that we have LOD. I don't know that we have LOD. I'm pretty sure these are all fixed detail models. Pretty much 100% sure I didn't make any LODs for these, and none of them are nanite because they can't be, because they're dynamic. And I have recently realized the pain of making dynamic objects in nanite. Anyway, seems more like foam when you zoom in. Could just be me. Oh, maybe. Yeah, there might be some screen percentage tomfoolery going on there. But yeah, you're right. Looks like there are some cheeky mips going on. You can see there's a line of transition right there. I can't zoom in on those though, because if I zoom in, yeah, it zooms in. That's the pain of zooming in. Oh boy. Anyway, small motion offset, large motion offset mask, use foam warping, Foam warping. This is all foam. This is all wave and foam. I don't really want to look at it. Motion texture normal, motion texture normal. Okay. These go into blend angle corrected normals. Okay, so they're for normals. Two layer foam. Static. All right, so that's for using 2 layers of foam. Hey, it's here. It's here. Our friend is. I think this gives me a good thing to preview this on. A plane, perhaps. Nope. Go back to the sphere. I like the way it pulsates. Shader seems to be dependent on proximity. I think it's probably just MIPS from the texture lookups. I don't think it's I think it's LODs. I don't think it's any calculations based on the mesh. We've got some world position stuff going on here. Some nice looking noise there. That's beautiful. What is that? What is that? How'd you get that noise, huh? What texture are you? From texture asset. Yeah, texture none. Alright. Texture. Foam texture 1. Parameter texture object. There it is. Game Tropical Ocean Tool Textures Water T-Foam D1. Look at it. It's beautiful. It really does have the right look to it, doesn't it? And the normal map as well that goes along with it. It's really good visualization for high-load ties. Yeah. And it was just, you know, it's a free drag and drop, ready to roll. Where are the good stats? Where does it tell me the instructions? Huh? Texture samplers 8 out of 16. Texture lookups estimated 18. PS 260. Shader count 6. I want to see it. Tools. Nah, I don't care that much. I don't care that much. It's usually here, right? Usually tells you right here. Virtual texture lookups 0. Texture lookups 18 on 260. That seems ridiculous. For the pixel shader, okay. Foam noise, white caps. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Ocean roughness, distance calculation, and displacement multiplier. Beautiful. Displacement, distance, swap radius. Great. Yeah, that's a lot of in-depth stuff that I don't really need to look at right now. But it's good to see it. It's good that we have seen it now. Call camera snapper. Does this even do anything anymore? Actor begin overlap. Do once. Cycle complete. Content. Game content. I think I just put it in player character because I was being really lazy with this project. And then we have the camera manager. There it is. Blueprint update camera return node. I see what's going on. Right. Right. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, okay. Right. So the reason this works is because Blueprint Update Camera is basically called on tick. And tick is going to get the A camera from the construction script, which just gets the camera that's been placed in the world. And it sets the location of the camera that we're using to the camera that we have. So if I were to change this to a do once, you'll see that if we go to the other side, if we actually manage to play good pinball and then we zip our little pirate ship to the other side of the map, I have no idea how I chained that. That was pretty awesome. I've got to preface everyone with the fact that I'm a horrible designer of pinball tables, it turns out. And this table is actually really hard to do anything good with. You either get back into the launch tray or you get back into the gutter, like directly. do not pass go. Do not collect $300. Oh no, that's wrong. Okay, that doesn't work. Ah, because it's a do once. It can't do that because it is a do once. And because it's a do once, it doesn't do it once. It does it once on tick. So actually we need to change that here to not a do once, but a branch. And we add a variable, which is a boolean, which is test bool. We'll just call it test bool. And the default value will be true. And when it's true, we'll set test bool to false and return node. So, so yeah, that works. So you've seen that works. Because after one tick, it's set to false. And when it's false, it just defaults to 000 with a default FOV of 90, I think. So if I were to, in fact, not do any of that, we can just circumvent all of this. It's fine. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get act begin overlap. We're gonna cast 2. We're not gonna cast 2. We're gonna get player controller, and from player controller we're gonna get camera, get player camera manager to BP camera manager, set test bool to false. So now the camera should, what do you mean no? What do you mean no? We're not executing that code. Friend, we're not executing that code. Okay, fine. I will end you. What do you mean error? Blueprint self is not a fizz pirate ball C, therefore target must have a connection. Are you okay? Okay, fine. Happy now? I don't know why I was freaking out about that. We don't really need to know. Like, it's gonna stop after here. Like, anything we care about is gonna stop right here. So this should be, when the act begins the overlap, we should get the camera snapping to 000, which is just inside that paddle location, as we saw the first time we tested it. But the camera should be normal for the most part. There you go. So now we know exactly how to manipulate the camera with the camera manager. We don't know how to play pinball. That's the key. That's the key here, I think. We don't know how to play pinball. It really is the worst pinball table. It's a really good excuse to play a lot of pinball, isn't it? Make a really hard pinball table you can't even finish yourself, and then call that your game. That white orb is meant to be hidden in game. I just forgot to do it. You're not meant to be able to see it, no. But yeah, for anyone who's curious, this is the project that I'm working on when I get angry at my main project, and I got angry at my main project because I broke it. Definitely not my fault. It was all Unreal's fault. My main tip to you junior developers is fanbyte.com/guide/pinball intro. Is that an introduction to designing pinball table? That might be useful. That might be useful. Oh no, I've made multi-ball. I've made multi-ball. Oh no. And a YouTube video as well. Is that? I think I may have seen that YouTube video. I recognize the URL. I'm kidding. Those are the two best breakdowns you can find on Google. Nice, thank you. I will take time to look at those later, maybe. But yeah, I bricked my main project. So my big advice to the junior developer of an Unreal Engine game is do not make uncompilable C++ code, and do not just delete the source code from the solution in Visual Studio. Visual Studio won't know what's going on, and Unreal Engine won't be able to compile your project into a new engine version because you have uncompilable code. Everything else you saw was more about physically building them. Yeah, I seen a guy physically build them. The guy with the big beard. The guy with a really long beard who looks like he knows what he's talking about when it comes to pinball machines. He's got like 8. He just rips them apart with his bare hands. And the glass, oh my god, he just grabs the glass out of them like it's not glass. What the hell? That is actually one of the shortcomings of this pinball table. There is no glass. You can already tell it's a different skill set and you're intimidated. Yeah, it's well, technically I don't have to abide by any rules because I can just do crazy physics stuff because, you know, it's not a real pinball table, but at the same time, right now it is a real pinball table ostensibly. It is, you know, a physically modeled simulation of a pinball table. So any kind of logical thing that a pinball table might have that this doesn't have is a shortcoming that is unovercomable by me. It's just the design of it is. I really needed to have made this easier to put the ball across the side. If I had just a launcher that faced sideways, maybe. Don't say I could do that. Don't bring it up. Oh, it would be 5 seconds of work. Easy peasy. We all know that's a lie. It would be at least 10 minutes. SourceForge V Pinball. You could do it. Oh, I could, but there's like 5 different actors you have to grab to move that little channel around, and I don't really feel like it. Yeah, screw it, I'm gonna do it. I'm sick of this. I am done. You have 30 seconds to do it, easy peasy. Oh no, he's putting a time limit on this. Get the stopper. What's that? Is that the dropper? That's the test ball dropper. Where's the safe zone? There's the safe zone. That doesn't look like it's gonna work. How about that? That looks like it's a little bit too far this way. That looks like we're gonna have an issue with the wall. That is the whole wall as well. That's getting kind of sketchy. What have I done? Anyway, it's like why isn't anything working? It's I haven't clicked play. Hey, every second of this. Hey, we did it. So you can see from this expedient demonstration that if we can play the pinball game, that it does indeed move our camera to 0, 0. Oh, you can see one of the pinballs. Zoom in past 0, 0, 0 with no rotation. Which is, of course, exactly what we do. We get the camera manager and we yeah, update it with the with this. It doesn't do anything, right? So yeah. Yay! That's pretty much all I wanted to do. We can play video games now. I'm kidding. I mean, I say I'm kidding. I have some morbid dedication to finish the we don't need any of this actual code. That was just to demonstrate the principle. We don't even need the variable. Blueprint update camera return node. So what you can do with BP Camera Manager is have some more dynamic kind of dynamic camera transitions that you would do with a stick, right? We're actually gonna break this connection and we're actually gonna test level test. Where's the player character? Player character, here we go. So I have a button to drop a ball and it is not here. Right, okay. And the plunger, plunge, plunge, plunge. This is horrible. This is definitely see, worthy of game dev hell. Never ship this. I don't know what this is. As BP Camera Manager. Why do I have this? That's not game dev hell. That's fine, but why do I have it? That's the big question. I don't remember doing that. So this is like a no-no. This is like a huge no-no. Really, so the idea is that we have a Metroidvania pinball game, right? So you have different pinball table screens, quote unquote, air quote, that you can interact with, right? And when you move from one to the other, it's got to set like the table, right? And I'm starting to think the only way to do that is actually by having each table as an actor, right? That's surely the only way it works, right? I don't really want to do that though. We could have each table not as an actor. We could have each table as world static objects, but as a you could have a data object which represents them all as an actor, right? So you can have one actor which represents the four corners of the table for camera panning and also attaches itself to the flippers of that table, the plunger of that table, the ball control systems of that table. Anything that's specific to that one area can be held in an actor. And the transition actor can deal with those two data object actors, which can be placed in the middle of each world position. I don't know. That's my theory of it. We'll open Photoshop here and get a brush out. So, you know, we have I could probably enable world partition and break the project. So we have our world. spawned. Like this. And then each area has an actor. And inside those actors, this is, you know, pinball area. We have, you know, flipper one. I can't spell. We have flipper one. Flipper two. Just up here, don't ask me why. Plunger. Which is typically off screen, but you know, whatever. You can have emergency plungers. You could have also multiple plungers. Easy peasy. And when you move, where's my mouse? When you move, like through here, right? The transition actor here is gonna get the space that you're in and the transition that you're going to, and it's gonna set on your player controller. It's gonna set, you know, area is equal to this pinball area 001. But it's probably 003 actually, because you'll probably go left over here and then you'll probably go up. How'd you do an up though? That's scary. This would probably be one pinball area, wouldn't it? Because the nature of the pinball machine is that verticality is the way that you lose. You'd have to have a custom table tilt. Ooh! Ooh! You could have a vector, yeah, for table tilt. Oh, that's mind-bending. That is cool. So like, this can be a standard 10-degree tilt or 6-degree tilt, whatever. It's a 10-degree tilt in our game. It's a 6.5-degree tilt on most standard tables. And this could have a, you know, a lower tilt. Where is my goddamn mouse? Every time it just disappears. So this could be like a 3-degree tilt. So you have an easier time moving up the table, right? Because the tilt is actually controlled on the ball itself, which is probably not right. Because that will affect multi-ball. I'm thinking too far ahead. Maybe we don't do multi-ball. Maybe multi-ball is not a thing. Huh? Consider multi-ball not being a thing. Just hear me out. Multi-ball isn't a thing in this game. Get out of here. But yeah, we can change the table tilt. We can cast the player character, and the player character can pass that to the ball. We can cast directly to the ball. I don't know, and I don't really care. So let's think about all the things that we need to make a table. So a table is going to be basically the corners of the table. Table is going to be the corners of the table. It's going to be the table's tilt, the individual tilt of the table. Is that going to get weird? Do you think playing pinball upside down is going to be like a nightmare for players? Do you think playing pinball in a plane is a nightmare? That's my question. Like if the pinball table was like, we all expect pinball to be one way, right? Are people gonna freak? Right? Are people gonna freak out about pinball being upside down? Should the camera, in fact, turn? Should the camera turn to face the normal of the table tilt? Air quotes. Oh boy. Now we're asking real questions. I don't like it. But this is the reason we have the player, character, camera, controller, blueprint, whatever it's called these days. The player controller, camera controller? The BP camera controller? The player camera manager. There we go. Yeah, the PCM. Can't really call it PCM though. Because, current ball is going to be an actor. A cater, yes. No, an actor. An actor object reference, yes. Compile. Save. PC player. Don't you know we can hack this together really quickly right here. So if we go to the Fizz Pirate Ball, we find our event graph, event begin play. Event begin play. We are going to get player controller, get camera manager, cast to BP camera manager, and we're going to set current ball, set a focused ball, a focused ball, a underscore focused ball. Wait, whoa, wait, whoa. Oh, I already have it. Fuck out of here. Oops. Is that because I changed something and didn't compile it? Why wouldn't it come up when I was typing the underscore A? Is that because that's a engine internal prefix for actors? Like the lowercase b for boolean? Yeah, I need to actually do the code though, don't I? Camera manager, here we go. So the X is fine, but the Y needs to be. Get back to location. Make back to. So this is now going to follow the ball on the Y-axis, right? Theoretically. No? Errors. Here we go. Access none while trying to read property a focused ball. It's not valid. That's going to make it better, but also it's... I don't know what the hell's going on here. Oh, rotation. That does not seem to be working. That works. That's very satisfying. But it's at the same time not very satisfying. Oh no! There we go. So why isn't it working? That's my question. Ah. Yes! Yes! We need a reference to... a reference to... Yes! We're not actually setting it to any value. That's why, because I've got a brain. I have got a brain. Boink! That is the Y value. Very interesting. That is actually beautiful. I love it. That's the wrong value. I actually wanted the X value apparently. But that's glorious. Is that not is this not glorious? It ignores multi-ball now. We have only one focused ball at a time, obviously. But is that not beautiful? Nice. Yes. It is nice. That is really surprisingly nice. I actually like that little feature that we've got there. This little horseshoe shape at the top with the boop. Yes. Focused balls. Multi-ball could work if we have it's very direct. I really like the way it moves. It's glorious. So, that's beautiful. I think the ALS demo has some lerp nodes so that the camera average out between the two multi-balls. No, right, yeah, of course. I was going to tell you how multi-ball would work. So right now we're setting a value, but instead of setting a value, we could do a pushback to a vector or a U array, a T array, sorry, which is what Unreal uses instead of vectors for no good reason. I like this shape. I don't like the way it functions right now, but I do like the shape of it. And this actually removes the need for any kind of fancy velocity stop that we have there. So I will say I'm very proud of it, and I don't want to take it out of the game, but here we are taking it out of the game. I actually really enjoy this camera. Motion sickness, that goes part and parcel of sailing, I'm afraid. You just gotta live with it. Pew! 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 So yeah, we could have an array of balls, and each time a ball is each time we update the camera, instead of looking at the variable, we get the variable, which is now an array of balls, and we just get the last ball in the array, which should work out. So if a ball that you're looking at is destroyed, it will just get a different ball. You can get the first ball of the array. I don't think it really matters, because the array will resize when something is added or removed. So the actual ball that you're focusing on will be different each time. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not like the why am I enjoying this so much? God, it's just a camera, man, in a game. Every game's got a camera, but now I have the potential to wrangle that camera. Ooh, boy. Let's try that, actually. I don't know, my keyboard's lighting is going funny. Let's try that. You got a head? Oh, well, I'll see you when I see you. I hope to see you around. Thank you again for the follow-up. I do hope you enjoy it here. Join to see progress later. Unfortunately, this is the last stream I'm doing on this video game, because I'll be going back to the main project. But I think you'll enjoy that as well. Don't worry. Irish John Games, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Yes, so we can change this a focused ball to an array of actors. Yep, change variable type. Yeah, I know there's going to be some problems there, don't worry about it. So we need to get a copy of length -1. Oh, can we get actually last index? Is that? I mean, am I the brain? Yeah, last index, not length. It's been a while. Don't judge me. Is valid. Test. And then if it is valid, if it is not valid. We can actually put the X in as well. Why not? The X and Y of the ball. And then we need to go to the pirate ball, and then this is not going to be a set, but an add item. Get focused ball, get a focused ball. Add yourself to the focused balls. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. So now we're going to have X and Y tracking. We're going to have X and Y tracking. And we're going to have multi-ball capabilities. Oh my goodness gracious me, that is incorrect. So we need an offset as well. So. Boop. I'm gonna have to add that offset real quick, aren't I? Playing pinball blind is it's a skill. Okay, it looks like we still had a ball in play, and it did not allow us to do that. So I'm gonna add an offset so I can see that there is a ball in play. Camera manager. Add variables. This is gonna be camera to ball ball offset. Camera to ball offset is gonna be a vector. It's gonna be open, and we're gonna add it on here. I think. Get. It's not. No, it's a single vector. Yes. Oh boy. Oh boy. You know it's going well. Ooh. Thank you. Let's add that on. This is why they have a function. So the ALS has got basically the blueprint for making a third person, first person, a GTA 5 a next-gen console release style camera system. That's the easiest way I can explain it, sorry. I know I said the forbidden words, but... it has... Basically this is like, if you're doing one thing, do this. If you're doing the other thing, do this. But the one thing is itself a giant function with a whole bunch of macros and stuff inside it to you know, deal with the camera stuff. Anyway, we'll flesh it out gently as we go along. I think that's the other thing. And the camera to ball offset today is going to be X is up and down and Y is left and right for some unknown reason. I think I've made the level backwards. Yeah, X is actually up and down and Y is left and right. I don't know whose brain I was using when this happened. Also, I'm using the wrong sky assets now. Apparently, the Sun Sky plugin is no longer good. It's no longer the thing, and you actually want to do something else. You want to use... Oh my goodness gracious me. You want to use the tools. You want to use the... environment light mixer, and it will give you volumetric cloud and height fog. Oh, I have a Sun Sky already. Oh, and it lets me just tweak all these values. I think it's the height fog that we need to make it look cooler. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, look at that. You get that lovely horizon blue. That's way nicer on the eyes. Anyway, the offset. The X and Y offset is going to be... There's the camera. So the Y offset doesn't need to be anything. The Y offset doesn't need to be anything. The X offset has to be 4275 minus 3000 approximately. It's a value you can fine tune. So it does update to be tracking the last ball that we put in, which is good. And then if we manage to somehow, unfortunately, send one of the balls to space, I ignore that. I don't know how it got up there. I don't know why it's not coming down. Help! It is unfortunate that it's actually way easier to gutter the other balls than the balls that you're focusing on. Oh, in fact, no, that works to our favor because there being a ball there, if I got to this one, it should focus on that one. How it got there, though. Bro. It's not focusing on that ball. It's not focusing on this ball either, which is interesting. It should realistically be repolling the array each time. I like how that works, even though it's not meant to. Because it moves the camera. Oh, because the value that it's bringing off is invalid, right? That's how we know. I see. And then we gut to that one because it's useless to us. And we just roll. Boop. That's actually moved the camera to the other side of the map, hasn't it? Because this is on a flip-flop and it doesn't actually take into account the directionality. Yeah, you see, stopped on this side. That's fantastic, I have to say. So what if we get the first index then? So this should theoretically not refocus until we lose that first ball, which isn't even going to get out of the way there. But it doesn't refocus anyway. Boop. Is it because we're adding an item and we're not adding a unique? Because they are all technically the same item, but they are actually all different actor references. It's a little bit confusing. That's an item to the array. Unique. It's very dynamic, isn't it? I think we've got that one in there. We'll just gutter it and then nope, that doesn't refocus either. So yeah, that's nice. I wonder what's going on there. I know what's going on there. I know exactly what's going on there. Bind event on destroyed. Remove. Oh no, custom event. Add custom event. Remove from pool. Just gonna do remove item. I think we need to add unique. We're going to add because they are actor references, and this is exactly why it's messing up. Yeah. Boop. So this way we don't need to worry about the index that it got put in it. Ooh. Green error. Event with customizable name and parameters. Error. The function event removed from pool does not match the necessary signature. Has the delegate function event. What the fuck are you talking about? Changed. Function event removed from pool does not match the necessary signature. Has the delegate or function event changed? What do you mean no? What do you mean no? Oh, that's even better. Oh, that has a reference to the destroyed actor. Okay. So, I don't know why, but there you go. You happy now? I don't know why it wasn't happy with that. That's really weird. And I've been using Unreal for a long time. That's the first time I've ever seen it do that. So now it should just work perfectly. Famous last words, right? Hey, it does! There you go. We can have multi-ball now. Easy peasy. No problems. You can call me your blueprint dude anytime. I really want to put a cannon model around these. Who lived in a pineapple under the sea? Oh, you hit the collider and didn't go anywhere. That's dangerous. It's always very dangerous when that happens. This is also something. This is a weird bug that the game has. I don't know why. Like why on earth would the colliders just turn off like this? And why would they like try to attempt to enter hyperspace? I don't know how that guy stopped there. There's meant to be a collider that stops it from stopping. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is the one. This is the one. This is how it works. We can just have a free camera. It's fine. Why wouldn't we just have a free camera? That's the best option, right? So I was maybe stuck in the 80s thinking that a Metroidvania had to have like a camera that was fixed. A camera that was, you know, only showed you the room that you were in, but like why not have a bigger camera? Like we can just delete stuff to hide areas if we need to unhide an area, right? We can just have some rocks over it or something. You know? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense that you would have a camera that wasn't bound to the thing that you were controlling, right? Surely this is where your attention is going to be, right? And especially if there's going to be areas which are you know, wider than the screen, longer than a regular map. It makes sense to have, I don't know, I should not be colliding there. It makes sense to have it follow the ball, right? Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is very interesting, so stick around for it. I'm going to make this really small, and I'm going to make this really big. That'll do. That's about in line. The sea really can just be infinitely large. That's not illegal, right? We can just make the sea big, right? Like, the engine's not gonna scream at us for having a big sea, is it? It's quite large. Several meters deep. And we just make this a little bit bigger too. And you can have another one of those. Can we have another one of those? No, that's tilted. Let's have another one of these. Oh. Just easy now. I kind of want it to be blocked off there, don't I? For now, we're gonna just deal with the 2 zones, okay? Because if we can do it to 2 zones, we can do it to as many zones as we need. This has got this weird tilt to it now. It's so weird. It's so messed up. Anyway, that's what we're gonna be working with, right? So right now I should be able to play this and it'll be, you know, no problem, no problemo. I'd just be able to play the game and there would be a slightly taller zone, which would actually be really cool. Because it would mean we can do that thing. You know, that thing that we always wanted to do. Like from here we can full power it and it will go in the full arc that it was destined to and gutter instantly, as is the law. So I figure, yeah, we could probably put a flipper up there, maybe. We could probably put one of these, like, up there. On this. The flippers don't actually have any collision with the world static, so they can actually intersect, and it's fine. Boop. Okay. Not enough boop. Too much boop? Oh no, that one's okay. As you see, we can trap, and it can get stuck. Hello. Jiggle. Jiggle! There we go. And we can, you know, we can go higher and it's fun, right? It's some pinball. Gotta. But yeah, it functionally works the same. How did these work though, right? Just hold on, just test flip, just hold on. Oh, these are child blueprints of a flipper. Never mind them. Flipper right, flipper left. Test flip player. Here it is. Event graph. Flip flip event tick. Flipper. Flipper. I don't know why everything is all over the place for this blueprint. This does not make me happy. We're gonna put an event begin play here, because they start at a weird rotation. Okay, like in the editor they start in the correct rotation, but when you EVP, they were always like straight out. I don't know why. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? I really don't like the way it tilts the boat over like that. It's mental. It's not meant to as well. Maybe I need to change the animation state, the transition state to pre-physics or something. Post-physics is during physics. Yeah, anyway, we can change this, right? So rotation arc can be like 50. And starting rotation can be minus 30. Rotation speed is the same. If rotation speed is the same though, is it faster because it moves further? Very nice. Oh wow, yeah it is. It is way harder to flip. You see that? These little gentle little tappers. And this lad just bonk. Oh, something went on there. Something did go on there. Oop, whoop. Gotta. Boop. Did I turn Tick Fizz Async on? I was watching Unreal Inside Unreal today, and apparently Tick Fizz Async is really helpful for having repeatable physics simulation in your game. Whoa, sea level! Whoa, sea level! Sea level came all the way over my flipper. What the hell? I'm scared. Sea level, stop. Oh! Oh! That was nice. That was so nice. Sorry, I'm just having fun now. That was so nice. Mm. Yeah, this the exponential height fog has really helped. It really looks nice now. It looks more complete. Anyway, right. So we need to make some kind of a system. we need to make some kind of a system for changing the table properties as we transition between the place, and we're going to do that on the player, the PC player, and I think we're going to have to make a struct, which is going to be a blueprint structure. This is going to be st table properties. And the st table properties is going to contain, is going to spawn off on a different screen, so I don't know it's open already. It is going to contain, add a variable, member variable a is going to be the flippers, which is going to be an actor object reference array. Plungers, which is going to be an actor reference. Excuse me. Actor object. Actor action utility. No. Swear to God. Array of the flippers and plungers available to you in each zone, right? Add a variable. Can I move these? Can I just grip it and rip it? This is gonna be area name, which is just gonna be a name. Name is a piece of text used to identify something within the game. Comparing two names is much faster than comparing two strings. Names. It's gonna be a name. It's gonna be a single name. I think a name is limited to a number of chars. I think a name is limited to a number of chars. I think. Don't quote me on that. I think it's 128 or 256 chars in a name, and a string is ostensibly infinite because it's just it's just an array of chars, basically. You just make an array as big as you need it. Nice. Area name, flippers, plongeurs. We're gonna add a variable. Boom. Area. Traversable x, which is going to be a boolean, and area traversable y. And when we use those for the camera controls, so if there's an area which if there's an area which is not traversable x or y, perhaps there can be with a fixed camera angle, and we can account for that. Add variable, which is going to be area camera location. This is going to be a vector. A transform, no, a vector. Cannot pass value property. Area, camera, location, string, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, -0, 1, 1, 1. You mean? What you mean? good to go. You just didn't like the fact that I had actually I'd set it to a transform and then set it to a vector, and there was something it couldn't reconcile there. Did not enjoy that. So right, the area camera location is going to be used for default X and Y location of the camera, actor, controller, whatever you want to call it. In the instance, in the inconceivable thought of the game that we have an untraversable X or Y. But if we have a traversable X or Y, it doesn't matter about the area cam location. That can just be set to 0. Oh, you're right. We need So I don't want to hard code it as a ball boy. God damn it. Can I duplicate this? No. Add a variable. Member variable 22. This is going to be ball dropper. Ball droppers. Ball droppers. Ball droppers. There could be more than one. I don't think there will be. Actor. Object reference. Single actor object reference, and we will take the plural out of it because there can only really be one. Oh, but there are multiple plungers. Wouldn't there be multiple ball droppers? No. Because you can access a plunger from the game space, right? There's going to be the possibility, as we have right now, of hooking a ball into one of the plunging zones, right? But there is not the possibility of adding a ball to a plunging zone other than the default one for that zone, right? The base camp, right? The bonfire, the ground zero. That's not something that we want to enable because it's bad for gameplay, I think. I think it's bad for gameplay. Ah, table tilt. I didn't implement table tilt. That's the thing that I was forgetting, right? Second question, variable table. Okay, no, let's not get ahead of ourselves. A variable table tilt, right, on a flat plane. Could do it with a bitmap, I guess. Could use a JPEG. Could use a vector field, sign distance field, to create a high definition but small JPEG for readable. It's just going to be a hard coded value for now. So I don't think we need that much detail in pinball. It's a pinball game. You know, maybe I could understand it if it wasn't a pinball game. Maybe if it was like a Moho clone. Maybe I could understand it. But it's just pinball, all right? We don't need to get complicated. Now, how is it stored in our actor, in our ball boy? Fake gravy. Table pitch and table yaw, they're floats, right? So it's table roll. Jesus, I don't think we need table. Sorry, it's pitch and roll that we need. We don't need yaw because yaw would just be spinning it around on the z-axis. It's basically useless to us. So we need table pitch and table roll. Is there a default two-way rotator? I don't think there is. Table pitch, which is going to be a float. A table roll, which is also going to be a float. Default variables. Table pitch is going to be 10. Table roll is going to be 0. Yeah. Jeez. Can you hear that? That has been sat on the roof outside that window, screaming all day. Just before the chainsawing and now just after. Pretty much 100% sure it's a starling. Oily, greasy, fiend. What time are we on? It's 5:10. We got a couple more minutes to work on this before it's committed to the fire. So we have an ST table properties, and we're gonna have to make an act orb. Oh, we don't actually need an actor to define. We don't need an actor to define the the table, really. The table properties struct will do that for us. Because something caught my throat. I was gonna let me have a little drink. So we don't need an actor to define the table properties. The struct will define the table properties. We need an actor to define which table we are in and which table we are moving to. And that's going to be held on the player controller mostly. Mostly. That is not a world position texture. Okay. Duly noted. Move these over a little bit. So what am I doing? Alright, I'm editing this, aren't I? That's what I was gonna do. So this needs to be different. The call camera snapper. It's here. So we have a viewport. We have a construction script. Can I rename you, please? For like, oh my god! Box A Duplicate. Are you seriously serious with me right now? Box B. And I need a scene component. Scene. Root. Make your root. Attach. I just want to reorder them, dude. Oh, for God's sake. Anyway, what the frick just happened here? Okay, whatever. So these are arranged in the world space, I see, okay. This is going to be ST table properties, table A and table B. Good. Traversable X, traversable Y. This doesn't work if it's propagated from the focused ball moving from one place to the other place. I mean, it's fine if it's the focused ball. Multi-ball is really going to be a local thing, isn't it? Really, maybe we can lock all the entrances when multi-ball happens, so there's no extra transitions. Maybe we can actually propagate the transitions to the ball rather than the player. Oh, it's easier to do the camera management from the player. But the ball's what has the camera management on it, so we're already passing that in. So we do have to. This is what I don't. Let me explain to you what I don't like, right? And it's the thing that all programmers don't like. And is the unfortunate requirement of a cyclical relationship between multiple classes in your program. This is not, no, don't do this. As much as you can, cyclical relationships, multiple classes in your program is bad programming, right? This is what I've been taught. This is what I have learned. What you want is a linear relationship between your classes, where one class decides and the other class receives. But if we have the thing where we have our doors here, let's call them doors, our balls here, and our player controller here, right? So, right, the camera is irrelevant here, but right. So the camera is trying to pick a ball to be the focus ball, right? Focus ball has actually been picked, right? And actually, Zaf may have had a better idea in kind of populating a net average of the ball locations. Maybe that could have been cool. Using the total distance between the balls to determine like a zoomed out factor or something, so we could have all of these in frame at one time. But anyway, basically, if a ball goes through a door, the door has to update the ball as to what location it's in. If that's a location ahead of where you want to be going, where you want to be going is actually a mystery. So that might have to update the player controller, right? And then the player controller has to be updated from the doors as well to have the new zone. It's a nightmare. Okay, let's just leave it at that. It's a bit of a nightmare, and we're just gonna ignore it for as long as we possibly can until a point at which we can't ignore it anymore, and we have to actually do something about it. At which point it'll be too late. Anyway, and the world will have imploded. Hooray! I want this arrow to be in a different rotation. That's location. Can't make this stuff up. So now that points still the wrong way, but it's okay. It's okay. We got this. There we go. So that points in the negative y direction, which is very interesting. Second thing we need is box B. 10 on the y. Box A. Minus 10 on the y. Save. And then, even more interesting, construction script. Set the extents of box B to the same extents as box A. I think you actually need to update overlaps right here, because it's a gameplay thing. It's not a an editor thing. It's fine. There we go. Compile that. Update that. Go to our test level. You can see we have 2 colliders, right? My question is, at these speeds, is it feasible to use 2 colliders this small and this far apart to do our bidding, basically? So what we're going to do is, as I explained the other day, how a MIDI controller uses 2 buttons to determine the velocity of a note. This 2 collision triggers will determine the velocity of the ball, and therefore the direction in which it is traveling. If you understand me now. So if we have the direction the ball is traveling as value, we can determine if it's going from zone A to zone B, or if it's coming from zone B to zone A, which allows us to update the plungers, the droppers, the flippers, all procedurally from the map. Yeah, that's it. That is it. So, in test level, actually, this is going to have table A, table B. This is going to be spawn area, and table B is going to be extra long. Flip bars. There are there's 3 flippers on table A. that is not a ball dropper. The ball dropper is that. The plunger is that. And the flip bars, that is a plane, but thank you for trying. There are 3 flippers. That's those, and then that's it. Traversable X, no. Traversable Y, yes. Table pitch is 10. Area camera location is gonna be camera actor. Copy. Paste. Extra long has got 4 flippers. Has a plunger and a ball dropper. It doesn't have a ball dropper. Woo! That is a critical failing on my part, I'm afraid. Sorry. I'll do. Right there. Table pitch is gonna be a half of that. Is it gonna have some roll maybe along the X? Why not? 5 degrees of roll. We'll see what it does. It's just a fun game right now. So we have our ball dropper. You can select that. We have our plunger. You can select that. We have our flipoids. You can select all these. There is actually probably a method to the madness of doing these slippers, and you should probably actually do index 0 as the index 0 and index 1 as these, because they're the first flippers that they'll hat from the array, and they're the most critical ones, really, I think. I was going to do it as a proximity sensor from the active ball, but that seems like a no-go kind of operation at this point, doesn't it? Traversable X, traversable Y, we don't need to set the camera location, therefore. Doesn't have a traversable X. X is up and down. No, isn't it the Y that I wanted to be on transversable? Traversable. Okay. Yeah. So we've got that. This is a per instance thing, right? So yeah. So event graph, none of this. Absolutely none of this. I can't even deprecate it, because the second I take the execute pins off, it's gonna freak out. Tell me it wants biscuits. So the things that we need to do. Fizz Pirate Ball needs to have an ST. Current table, which is going to be an ST table properties, and it's going to get split pitch and roll are inverted, but okay. Table roll, table pitch. how's it gonna know when it's spawned which table it was put on? I don't know. Oh, because I don't know. Because when we spawn it, we're going to be spawning it from the table that's held in the player character, which we will also need one of these, yes. It's an ST table property. Why is it suddenly case sensitive? Riddle me that. So we'll work. We'll work on the principle of it being a one-ball game, right? And so, this isn't something we can just get, is it? Can I just copy that and just hard code it? test level test. If I copy table A from there, right, and I go to PC player and I go to starting area and I just paste. And that's fine. The event begin play, set current table to starting area. And then we don't need any of this. Flip. Oopsie. Okay, no, that's fine. Right. Okay. Okay. We're gonna make a function which is gonna be update flippers, plungers, droppers. Update flippers, plungers, droppers, and that takes an input of properties. This is an SD table properties. Update table flippers, plungers. So it sets the current table to that. Break. Array of actor object references is not compatible with an array of fizz plunger object references. Fizz plunger. That is going to be a pure cast. Is it S for a sequence? Hell yeah. Do we need a 3? I can remove that execution pin. is an act. Wait, it's a test ball dropper. There you go. Welcome to the spaghetti. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, these are flipper left and flipper rights. This is so stupid. This is... Why did I do it like this? That's plungers, flippers, and then we need to... set the ball dropper to... test ball dropper. Pure cast. Okay. I still don't really like it, but it's there. It's there. It's done. Update table flippers, plungers, droppers. And we need to go to test ball dropper. Spawn a ball. So now, theoretically, the first area should work and the second area should not work because we have no way of updating the areas. Uh-oh. Access none trying to read property, call func array, get item 4, no plunge, unplunge. Access none trying to read property, dropper node ball, spawn a ball, ball event graph, execute uber graph. Okay. Okay. Yeah, good. That's why it doesn't work. That is exactly why it does not work. I thought I copied all this stuff, huh? There are, in fact, No flippers. No plungers. Editing this value in a class default object is not allowed. Okay, so it would work if it worked, but it doesn't work because it doesn't work. So actually what we need to do is can't drag that into the scene. I can't just put one of these into the scene. If I were to simulate, there would be a player character built, right? Alt settings. Player controller class. Is PC player. Right, we're gonna do something very, very, very crazy. I know why I can't do it. It's a class default object, so it's a non-spawn thing. It has no kind of really real concept of what the world is, what the game playfield looks like, and why it needs to know anything about it. Which is why it doesn't have the ability to set any variables unless it's dragged into the scene, like one of these. I can eyedropper the variables from the thing, but I can't do that for the player controller because the player controller is a non-rendered actor. The non-rendered actor, it's not even something I can actually drag into the goddamn scene. There is something we can do. Which I'm gonna do right here. So starting area isn't something we can hold in player controller. If I begin play, we're going to invalidate all those objects, right? So current table is going to have a null value, and then this is all going to be null values, right? Which is silly, but we can call update table flipper plungers droppers as a function just outside the thing. So we're going to have just an actor, a stupid actor that we shouldn't need to have, but we have to have. So it's going to be an actor. This is going to be BP initial zoner. BP initial zoner. And what this is going to do is it's going to get, it has a variable which is initial table, and this is an st table properties. compile save. It's editable. Per instance, compiled save. We get our call camera flipper. We get our table A. We copy the table. We don't paste the table. We drag one into the scene. There we go. And then we have our initial table settings, and we can really does not like that. So if we grab this and we copy those flippers, there we go. We go over here. We just copy the whole thing, right? You with me? There we go. Plungers, test plunger, ball dropper. Test ball dropper 2, area traversable X, area traversable Y. Area camera location. Table pitch. Table roll. There you go. So this is BP initial zoner. Event graph. Event begin play. It is going to not that. It's gonna get player controller. And this is going to cast to PC player. And the cast is then going to update table flippers, plungers, droppers. Table properties in initial table. This is such a hacky thing to do. There we go. If it doesn't manage to get the player controller the first time, we wait a brief time and try again, and then it should update the player controller to have the initial table settings, which will allow us to play the game in a full window. There we go. Oop, nope. Here we go. Access non-trying to read property. Dropper node. Spawn a ball. Execute ubergraph. Apparently doesn't have any problem flipping. It doesn't have any problem flipping, but it does have a problem flipping. It's not actually flipping anything. So we were access none trying to read property dropper spawn a ball event graph function execute ubergraph PC player. So it's It's not reading anything in dropper, right? Okay, so that's not good. Which means we've done something wrong. And we've done something very wrong because none of the flippers are working either. But that's by the by. Let's have a look at this. Ball dropper. Set dropper to A as test ball dropper, cast 2. It should be fine. I want to make it a little bit clear that it's not that going in there. It's the flippers in, the plungers in. The break ST table properties, update table, flippers, plungers, droppers. So we set the current table. No, we unset the current table. It's not public and will not be editable. So there are no droppers. Okay, so it's updated. It's updated everything except the actor object references, which is bad. Let me just get rid of that. It's in my way. It's not completely dire, but it's bad. And area traversable X and Y are wrong, so that's not good. Oh, these are just this is just the default. This is just default garbage. What did I call it? Table. Oh, Zona. P initial Zona, right? Yeah, so it should be completely different. Oh, the table pitch is correct. That's the only thing that is correct. Boop. So the initial Zona has the right details in it. I don't know if that will help, but it might. Update table flippers, plungers, droppers. So we already checked that was right. PC player. Hello. That worked. That worked, and it's surprising to me that it worked. Because surely if it failed the cast the first time, it would simply retry in 0.2 seconds. But it looks like we need a warm-up frame before it does anything. Okay. Not a problem. But it does work now, theoretically, and I should be able to flip and plunge and spawn a ball. Have inverted gravity, as we can see. So where is it? Where is our initial zoner? Hello, friend. So table pitch is actually -10, and we should reflect that in the table properties as well. So -10. But you can see that that isn't flipping the flipper on the other side of the map, and you can see none of that will work at all. Boing. But we can set that up to work now. Already it's 6 o'clock, so I'm am I gonna do that right now? Go on. I will. Player camera. I don't think we need a reference to that. Flip flop in actor table A table B. Okay, so I'm gonna delete all of this. I'm not gonna delete fail Silex, that's quite useful. I'm gonna delete all of this, which is fine. So this is gonna be called B primed and A primed. We'll keep it in actor and table. Camera origin, don't need that. Camera offset, don't need that. Player camera, don't need that. Player camera is in use. Where? I don't think so, buddy. Extents we need. So box B. On component begin overlap. B and on component begin overlap. So other actor, get class, if that is equal to fizz pirate ball, so we only really want to open when that happens. And then A primed. If that does have to be a gate, yes. Whoops. If A is not primed, set B to primed. If this is box B, right? Box B is the first one we hit. I don't know. That's going to drive me insane. This is also going to drive me insane. The fact that you can't click in that box C. There's like half a pixel that you can click on. Box B. This is box A. So get out of here. B primed. If B isn't primed, prime A. Yeah? Following me here? If B isn't primed, prime A. If B is primed, then you've got to this sucks. This actually 112% sucks. I want to promote it to a variable. I did not mean to do that in actor. Invalidate the actor. Don't do anything. If B isn't primed, prime A. If B is primed, then we get our in actor. Get cast to if it's pirate ball, it can be a pure cast. Set current table to table B. And this in real life would have to be far more sophisticated than this. PC player as PC player. Update table flippers, plungers, droppers. Table B. A primed. False set B primed to true. To table A. And then A primed and B primed to not primed. It's probably isn't going to work. So brace yourself for it not working. But I am hopeful. It worked. That's amazing. Yeah, the table properties of table B are wrong. Oh, they're default properties. Ignore that. Level test. You have to set it on the individual actors. Ah, that's interesting. Uh, what? What's going on here? Ah. What's going on? Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, yeah. That's where we were using it. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. Boom. Boom, bala boom, boom, boom. Yes. It was a pretty large miracle managed to snipe that box for the table properties there. Table pitch -5. Table roll 5. It's fine. Okay. Boing. 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 Just imagine there are cool sound effects here. Yeah, things are tending towards the left-hand side of the area, which is fun, but also not fun. But yeah, we have it great where we can transfer between. Oh, hey, yeah, it updated the side of the table that we were playing on. That's quite nice. Quite nice of you, friend. Friend. Turbo power! It works fairly nicely, I'm not gonna lie. Even the speed at which these balls are moving at. Whoosh! I'm just gonna see if I can try and get it across the other way. Cause yikes. I'd like to see it. Oh, I can see the bottom of the sand there. That's no good. Oh, it's straight up, that is. 5-degree table is very speedy on the upways. Don't make me rotate this one too. You monkey. It really does just haul keister out of there, doesn't it? Maybe I can give it some spin there. No, okay. No, it's fine. Don't worry. We'll get there. That's a nice spin. Oosh. Oh! Oh, that was so close. That was so close. Oh, saved it there. That loop, though. That loop. That absolute... Whoop. 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 And gettable. So yeah, I think level design is going to be the hardest thing here, and we are definitely not getting back over there. But that works. It works. We transition, we get new table properties. As we can see, we get a much faster acceleration up the table, much slower acceleration down the table. It's the same acceleration value, but it's half on the main area, which is actually slightly closer to a real pinball table, but the other way, it's slightly less. So yeah, that's good. It's useful for these long traversal areas, right? Where you don't really have an end in sight. You can't really predict when it's going to stop being an area. As a player, that is. Obviously, as a developer, it is our literal God-given power to decide exactly how big these areas are going to be. But yeah, that's actually really nice. So it's really good that we can do that. And in fact, we can have cool areas where we can have normally physics-based physics by having gravity just set to 0, and we can have spiral chutes and ramps and stuff that transition between levels based on real, actual, normal, regular, vanilla physics, which is good. Which is a good thing. A good thing. A good thing. I don't know what that is. It's disgusting. Okay, before I leave, do you want to see, and when I say leave, I mean, you know, for a small drink break. You want to see the Lumen map? It's actually pretty good. The Lumen scene is pretty wild. The sea is not captured by the Lumen scene. That is interesting. I wonder why the sea isn't captured by the Lumen scene. Everything else looks fun. Everything else looks pretty gravy. We have a little thing here. Lumen global illumination. See detail? Nope. No, I don't know. Advanced. Translucency. Ray trace translucency, maybe? Is that better? Am I tanking my PC? Oh, I am tanking my PC. Crikey. Doesn't seem to be any different though. Like, it was definitely calculating some translucency, but it wasn't this. I don't know what it was. I'm scared now. Balls, maybe. Details. No? No? Advanced. Here we go. Oh! Where's that guy on Twitter? Look, there's a translucency sort priority here. You can probably use that to sort the translucency to put things in front or behind translucent things. Look. It's right here. It's in the mesh properties, apparently. I think it might be the that wasn't it. Let's Google it. Let's not shy away from the challenge here. Let's walk directly into the challenge. I don't know what's going on with my Google here. Lumen translucent material not in lumen scene. Pretty sure there was something about this. Oh, does lumen work on fully translucent materials? Question title, because I don't think I've seen any renders of trees yet. No, it treats the translucent parts as if they're opaque. Okay, thank you. No, the answer is no. It's not supported by lumen yet. Easy peasy, cheesy breezy. But I've done something bad. Interesting, the sea doesn't seem to get a base color from anything. It's black. The Black Sea, if you would. That's interesting. Maybe slowly we unpick this thing. Like some great knitted yarn. I wonder if we can have an actor which dummies the ocean but isn't visible. It's rendered by the lumen scene but isn't rendered by the actual scene. I wonder. Anyway, one last round of ball and I will go grab a drink and boot up the next seg of the streamo, I think. I wonder if I can show it off that, you know, once we're on the second side of the area. Oh, that was so close to being good, but it wasn't good. You'll notice maybe that the flippers on the other side of the table don't flip anymore. It's optimization feature Oh! Oh no, hasn't flipped us back. Has not flipped us back. Abort, abort, abort. Why didn't it... Okay, no, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. Why didn't it flip us back? Okay. It doesn't flip us back because it doesn't actually work. It doesn't flip us back because it doesn't work. There isn't enough space between them to judge if they've been primed or not. I knew it. Oh, you sneaky push. Yeah, look at that. Did not activate. Okay, so if they start primed, hold on. If they start primed, consider if they start primed, and then we can just reprime them. It's fine. Like after a small delay. A small delay, nee. Go on. Say that works. Okay, that we've transitioned sides. Bearing in mind this is mostly going to be a single ball game. Has not retransitioned us, which is worrying. What? Why do you think that is? That's something that requires deep and insightful bug testing, I think. Some real whole bunch of printouts, I think. Oh. I wonder why that doesn't work though. Because realistically, if it goes one way, it should just go the other way. But it looks like... Am I using the right on component begin overlap? Yeah, box A, box B. Is it collision? Do we have the collision set wrong? Overlap all dynamic. Overlap all dynamic. Overlap all dynamic. Overlap all dynamic. Not a clue, I'm afraid. That's really annoying though. That's very annoying. Great. 6:30. Great time to transition to the next set. So thank you all for coming and watch the game development segment. Let me do some shout outs from the last couple of days because I have not been keeping up a record of the last garbage because it was garbage. Thank you, Simple Game Dev, for the follow. Thank you, Melchizedek6809 for the follow. Thank you, Dragon God 9 for the follow. And thank you, Zafianian for the follow. Welcome to the channel, all of you. Hope you enjoy it here. Thank you, Tainted Fate, for the 300 bits yesterday. Thank you, Irish Young Games, for the sub 2 days ago. I will grab a drink real quick and I'll be back for some Kingmaker.